Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to another video. Back to another thoughts on another trailer. And this one is for the teaser coming out next year in the summer, June 13th, and that is the first teaser of the 2025 live-action remake or live-action adaptation of DreamWorks' How to Train Your Dragon. Now, I've long ago reviewed it, the series, and I love the How to Train Your Dragon series, the trilogy, and I think it's one of the better animated trilogies, you know. And I enjoyed the animation is really good, and I enjoy the great score by John Powell, especially the first two. The third film the third score from John Powell is fine, but I think it's the first one is the best. Then the second film was the second though, and then of course the voice cast: Jay Berthold, America Ferrera, Gerard Butler, Craig Ferguson, and the supporting other cast members like Christopher Mintz-Plasse, Jonah Hill, T.J. Miller, Kirsten Wiig. But and of course the other ones like also Cate Blanchett in the sequels as well. But yeah, I love the first film as well. I thought the first one is the best. Of course, and then second, of course, and then in order it'd be the second, then the third one, of course. The first film I absolutely love, you know, and. And now with the live action and the live action adaptation, and also once again it's directed by Dean Dubois, who directed the three films. Well, the first film he co-directed along with Chris Sanders, I think it was, and then he solely directed the 2 and 3 though. So he comes back to direct it, and like I said, once again John Powell, he does come back to do the score for the movie. And also as for cast wise, once again, Gerard Butler, who voices Hiccup's father, Stoic the Vast, is going to come back to play him in the live action version, which I think was cool, you know. Because first of all, I enjoyed Gerard Butler as an actor anyway, so not only of course him voicing Stoic the Vast, you know, him. Hearing him with his real Scottish accent, you know. So, but then when I first heard it, like, really, Gerard Butler is gonna play Stoic again in the live action version, so we'll see him in voice form and in physical form now. So that'd be cool, you know. So that's pretty cool to see Gerard Butler come back to play the live action version of Stoic the Vast, and seeing him in the live action, I think he looks pretty good. Of course, with a beard that sticks out, though, you're not gonna have it like that in a live action. That would look silly, right? But yeah, he still has the big beard though, still. And I think Gerard Butler, even though he was good at the voice as Stoic, though, I still think he'll do good as in the live action version too. So it's good. It's cool to see Gerard Butler come back. Now, as for the cast wise, as Hiccup, you have Mason Thames. What's the name? Or Mason Thames. I actually liked him because he was in this the 22 horror film that I enjoy was of The Black Phone. It was The Black Phone, which was based on a story by. Well, under the pen name, but actually it was based on a story by Stephen King's son, you know. But The Black Phone with also who starring him, he's this boy who was a kidnapped victim of this killer, played by Ethan Hawke. And he was he was in this basement with this black phone. He's talking to like the ghosts of these murdered kids from this killer, you know. And I actually enjoy The Black Phone, you know. That was one of the better horror films from 2022, you know. So he was good in that film. And he also recently starred in this this kind of like family horror type film called Monster Summer, which came out back in early October. He starred in it, and they also have Mel Gibson as well, and Kevin James too. But Mel Gibson, it's like Mason. He teams up with Mel Gibson, who is a detective, to because things have been happening to these kids. Their souls getting sucked out, which leads up to this witch. So it's up to him and Mel Gibson to stop this witch. So actually, I did not mind this guy, Mason. Thames or Thames, I forget the name though. But so him seeing playing as Hiccup. I mean, yeah, of course, with him as Hiccup. Of course, the costume wise, it looks like the actor from the animated movie. Him with having that same style of haircut as well. Now, part of me think, what the thing is, he may portray as Hiccup though. But the thing is though, Jay Berthal, he's Hiccup, because he has that voice, that's Hiccup, So that's one thing I think is gonna lack though, because if people are gonna see this version, people are gonna say, "Oh, this guy, he's not Jay Berthal, right?" I guarantee someone's gonna say that. I guarantee you. Now, personally, for me, I would probably say so too, because I think Jay Berthal, he portrayed Hiccup throughout the whole entire franchise. From the movies, including the TV shows as well. So that's what he's the only one true Hiccup though. So will Mason play his portrayal of Hiccup? Will be good. We'll see. But let's say he does look like Hiccup, the costume, the haircut wise. And now I didn't see Gobber, it's not Craig Ferguson though, but it's actually going to be played by Nick Frost. Of course, Nick Frost. I'm a fan of Nick Frost, of course, from him working with Simon Pegg from the Edgar Wright trilogy, from Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, even The World's End as well. And I like Nick Frost, so I'm like, okay, cool. He's gonna be in the How to Train Your Dragon as Gobber, who's Stoic's his close friend, one with the changeable hands and the peg leg. And other cast members, I mean, of course, the portrayal of Astrid. Now, I was reading the comments that a lot of people were very how we're having a lot of criticism of this casting of Astrid, which I do see, because they have a different girl. Say, oh, they cast. Well, first of all, they didn't cast a girl who was blonde, because Astrid is blonde, of course, right, in the films. But of course, casting is someone of a different race, color. I don't want to say that though, but that's what they've been saying in the comments. Which thing is, it doesn't surprise me, because whether it's in comic book, whether it's comic book movies or other adaptations of cartoons or whatever, thing is, it doesn't surprise me anymore, because they're always changing characters. I mean, if it's like, a change of character, that if it's a character that's a male, they always change it to a female, or if it's a female character, they always change it to a male. They always do the whole whitewashing thing that got criticism a lot, from other certain characters, especially it was like from animes and stuff like that, So the casting of the criticism of the casting of Astrid, I'm not surprised, but like I said, they always casting that's a change of different characters, right? Now, I can definitely see what people are coming from. Yes, I do. Now, if I see the film, now will she, the bottom is, will she do a good her portrayal of Astrid will be good or not? That's the main concern, right? Will she do a good job as portraying as Astrid? If she does a good job enough for me, I can give leniency on it. I can let that slide though. So, but I'm sure people who are going to say, "Oh, they casted the wrong girl as Astrid." I do understand that though. But it depends if her portrayal of Astrid is good. If like how the character is from the animated movies, then I'll let that slide. So. And then other cast members, I'm not thinking. Sure, I'm not familiar. I don't know about the actors who portray some of the twins, Rough Nut, Tough Nut, or Snarl Out. But the one who's portraying Fish Legs, the one who's like the knowledge of the dragons, is played by the Julian. I forget how to pronounce his last name either. He's the kid who played in Deadpool 2. He's the kid who has the fire abilities, who wanted to get his revenge, right? You know what Josh Brolin Cable is after, right? And you also saw him in Godzilla vs Kong as well, who's with Millie Bobby Brown. So he's gonna portray Fish Legs. But overall, from the okay, I haven't talked about the trailer. I mean, it's like the live action. It's the same pretty much the same beats like how remakes are, right? Hiccup, he first wants to kill dragon, but we realize he doesn't want to kill dragons. We see Stoic, but we see at the end of the movie where they finally find the dragon nest, right? And we see first we get. I think a lot of this is done on actual locations, not on a green screen. So this will be a positive to say if a lot of it doesn't look like it's done on green screen, because I think Dean Dubois wanted to shoot on actual locations. I think from they shot from Scotland or Ireland, And as a case, okay, at least from what I see, it looks like a lot of it is not on a green screen. If that's true, though, if so, that's a positive. It does look like pretty good shots of the landscapes as well. And we do see a shot of the open the arena where the Vikings like a Hiccup, Astrid, and the other young Vikings are training, right, from the animated movie, right? The open cage roof and stuff, right? And then we see, like I said, we see with Mason, with Gerard Butler, and then we see the life from the dragoness of all the dragons, where they're fleeing from the Red Death, and then of course the scene where Hiccup's gonna want to go to stab Toothless, but he can't bring himself to do it. And effects wise, I think it's like Toothless. He looks pretty damn good. I'll say that. It looks like he took Toothless from the anime movie, and he just jumped right out of it into the live action movie, because the look of Toothless is exactly on point. Looks exactly on point as he is from the animated movie. It's like he just, from that animated movie, he just jumps right into the live action movie. That's the best way I can put it. He looks pretty damn accurate. And of course, we get the iconic scene where, like from the movie poster, and also the scene where he looks away and sticks his hand out and Toothless touches his hand. And then you get that epic score by John Powell as the title shows. So, oh, by the way, how would I know about Astrid when she was not in the teaser? Because I saw there was they also released the first look behind the scenes. The first behind the scenes look. A little bit of the making of it. With director Dean Dubois, and a little bit of scene of the cast as well. That's how I know, but the people are being criticism on the casting of Astrid, because they saw her in the first behind the scenes look. So, but like I said, if her portrayal is good as Astrid for YC for the anime movies, I'll let that slide. Like I said. So yeah, I think, and also the thing is, I think this is the first live action adaptation from a DreamWorks animated movie. Also as well. Yeah, I think this is the best. Not the best. This is the first live action adaptation from a DreamWorks animated movie. And really, yeah, it released 15 years after the first movie. Jeez, 2010 from the first How to Train Your Dragon. And then 15 years later, they already did a live action adaptation of it. Wow. And then it'd be basically 6 years since the third film ended, so yeah, so the live action the first teaser for the live action How to Train Your Dragon film, I think does it effects wise. I think Toothless looks very well done, and we saw also briefs of the hordes of dragons as well. I can't wait to see how the Red Death will look like, the Red Death, the giant dragon that was at the finale of the end of the first movie, So I can't wait how that dragon will look, I think that will look pretty good as well. But yeah, let's say it's cool to see the Gerard Butler's coming back as Stoic, which that makes it more of an accurate from the anime movie. I think Mason, I think he'll. He does look like Hiccup, but like I said, I know me and other people are gonna say, "Oh, it's Jake Berthold. He's the one true voice of Hiccup," So, which I definitely understand that part though. So, but and it depends on how the actress who plays Astrid Lucille depends on how that, because like I said, I'm not totally surprised because they're always changing, like whether it's was it from male to female to characters, or a casting of a different actress from the animated movie. You get from the animated version, But as I said before, depends. So overall, the first teaser from How to Train Your Dragon, the live action, I think it looks pretty good. So especially, I'm a fan of the trilogy, but especially the first film, So Dean I was going to say that Dean DuBois come back to the direct. John Powell comes up to do the score, which I think it's pretty easy for him because it's his score, so he's probably he'll probably tweak it, just like how Hans Zimmer did for his score for the live action of The Lion King. Which, I'm sorry, 2019 Lion King, sorry, that's not live action. If it's full-on animation, sorry. To me, that's not live action. Live action is live action. I already ranted on that, though, but you get what I mean. Hans Zimmer for that, his same score for that movie, John Powell for this, so. But, we'll have to wait and see, though. So, but, yeah. But I'll look forward to it, especially, like I said, I'm a fan of the first film, so, and let alone the franchise, so. But, of course, one thing, my brother, of course, he doesn't care about this franchise because he says it's overrated, despite the fact he's never fully watched the series. He says he's seen a little bit of clips, and he goes and says that franchise is overrated. Well, that's my brother for you, Doesn't fully watch it. He just flat out says it's overrated because a lot of people like the franchise, and he said yet he hasn't fully watched it, and he says it's overrated. That's him for you. But anyway. But regardless, though, and also one thing, I forgot to mention at the start of this video. Happy Thanksgiving. This is my Thanksgiving video, so happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Please spend time with your families. So, which I know this. I got something off my chest because, especially when it comes to this Thanksgiving, just like it just really bugs the hell out of me. Especially what I've seen recently on internet, especially on TikTok. Thankfully, I don't use TikTok. That's why I don't use these platforms like TikTok and so forth. Just people are so stupid. I don't know what's wrong what Ross their brains with, because especially recently people were saying about Thanksgiving, basically they choose freaking politics over Thanksgiving, spending time with your family over Thanksgiving, because of a certain election. People that just lose their minds, and it's like, some of my relatives, whatever, parents, uncle, whatever, vote for Trump. I'm gonna spend time with Thanksgiving with my family. To me, I've seen these people talk like this, like especially like that, especially. First of all, that's a bunch of bullshit. Okay. You cut off your family because you choose politics over your own family. Just because certain members of your family votes for Trump you lose your freaking minds and you just cut them off and don't want to spend Thanksgiving over that. Bunch of fucking morons, you know. Stuff like that just piss me off, you know. You know, it's just funny how politics can basically just ruin people's lives. Certain things like that. Some people need to get the fuck over this stuff, you know. They need to stop acting so childish. Acting like children, acting like little babies. Bunch of fucking wusses, okay? You know, it's like, grow a pair, act like a goddamn man, and get over it. Or woman, especially most of them I've been seeing this comes from women, you know. It's just how funny it is. It's politics. They just choose politics over their own family, you know. I'm not gonna spend Thanksgiving with my family because certain members of my family voted for Trump. Bunch of bullshit. Get the fuck over, okay? Sometimes family is the only thing you have left. You just rather be all alone than be with your own family on Thanksgiving over because of bullshit like that. And just people just how they talk, they just lose their freaking minds over this shit, you know. And I know I'm going off tangent on this though, but just like it's stuff like that. It just really bugs the shit out of me, you know. I'm spending time with my family because that's all we have, you know. So please, if you're not one of those insane people, please, if everyone who's been following me, please, spend time with your family. Because sometimes, like I said, family is the only thing you have left. What else do you have besides your family, you know? So please, so I would say happy Thanksgiving to all you, all my friends and everyone else out there. Spend time, have a great time with your family on Thanksgiving. Laugh, tell stories, or watch football together, you know? Have fun. That's what it is. Now, unlike these, I see all along these insane people I see on the internet. I'm gonna spend time with my family, you know? All because of it. Screw off, you know? As I said, they just if they want to act like little children, act so childish, go ahead. Because you guys are not acting like adults, okay? You're acting like children. A bunch of wusses, okay? They're gonna let a whole election just choose politics over your own family to not spend on Thanksgiving. So yeah, I go on a tangent. Because it's supposed to be a Thanksgiving, but I had to go on top of that. Talk about that though. So the teaser for this, looks pretty good. I look forward to the movie that come out next summer. And happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Like I said, spend time with your family, please. And like I said, have a good meal. Eat some good food. Watch football. Have fun, okay? Like I said, family sometimes is the only thing you have left. What else is there left for you, you know? I got my family. I got my other parts of my family as well. I'm going to spend time with them. And have a good old time. So, as anyone look forward to this live action remake, leave it know in the comments, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Later.